it's Sierra, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to put a tampon in. I just noticed I said, hey guys, obviously I know you guys are not guys, you are girls. So hey girl, hey! I'm really excited. I've done a lot of period videos, like period hacks, what to expect when you're on your period, and just random stuff like that. If you haven't seen them, I will put the link below. Every girl goes through this experience. It's embarrassing, it's horrific, you're gonna be in pain, your boobs are gonna start to grow. In my case, they never started growing, my butt grew instead, okay, but don't. I stretched and I lost all my baby fat and I get more pimples now. I didn't get the acne, it can happen. I sweat more. My armpits are always like sweating, and when I'm on my period, my vagina always feels like it's a damn rainforest down there. It's always like sweaty and muggy, and it's just really a hot mess, like literally and figuratively a hot mess. And how could I forget? You start to grow hair in places that you just don't want to be grown. Like, ew, it's for bacteria purposes. Like, ew. No one needs to talk about your pubic hairs. Your hormones are going to be like up and down, and your mom or anyone around you is going to know when you're going to start your period. You are going to hear those comments like, you're gonna be like that teenage, like, hear me roar, Katy Perry kind of shiz. I highly advise when you start your period, you start to use pads. Why? Well, that's a good question, Sierra. So when you start your period, you don't know how much you're gonna bleed, when you're gonna bleed, how long you're gonna bleed, and sometimes it's inconsistent. I might bleed less today, more tomorrow, less tomorrow, the next day, a little bit more. You never know. So a pad is a really good start when figuring out your body. Once you recognize a trend that, you know, your second day is going to be your heaviest day, you'll start to know that, okay, if I were to use a tampon, I need to change my tampon more on the second day rather than the first day. Because on the first day, I just start, I don't really I start spotting. It's not so much like a Niagara Falls, just like your inner walls are not shedding as much blood. Oof, sounds weird. Don't be embarrassed. You want to have as much moral support as you can get. If that's with your best friend, your mom, your best friend's mom, your aunt, your cousin, just talk to someone who has been using a tampon. That is highly, highly, highly recommended. You don't want to do this by yourself. I wasn't by myself. I asked my mom. My mom helped me. You know what, on a side note, my mom wasn't even there when I started my period, okay? She was up snowboarding and I was home alone. But she luckily had pads in the drawer. She probably knew my emotions were blah, 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 and I was acting like such a bee. I knew that it was time for me to start using tampons because I was super active and I was really self-conscious about, when I was at PE and wearing those PE shorts. I always thought that you could see the lining of the pad. Feeling that there's, blood clots just falling out of your vagina, I hated that. Nope, I can't do this anymore. I know my body somewhat. I need to transition into tampons. So when I tried it, I literally sat on the toilet for so long and I was like, oh my God, how do you put this in? Oh my gosh. I finally get it in and I'm drier than dry. I started on the last day of my period, obviously. I had no blood in there, so it hurt so bad. So if you're going to try tampons, number one, ask someone who knows how to put a tampon in. You can watch videos, but I highly, highly, highly suggest that someone is with you, someone who knows how to use a tampon, just in case. Number two, when using a tampon, you really want to make sure that your hands are clean. My hands are clean, 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 clean. So wash your hands. And number three, you want to try this on the day that you are more heavy because it's going to be easier to put inside of you when you are bleeding because it's cotton, and if you're dry, it's going to be harder to stick up there, and it's not going to be fun. Just take it from me. That is the mistake I did.
And I was acting like I was a Jolly Green Giant, and I was like, I don't know what I did wrong, Mom.
It's not a cute look. Do you guys like my lipstick? I wore this just, because we were doing a period video and I was like, oh my God, red and red. Red on my back comforter. I love me some red. Number four, When using a tampon for your first time, first couple of months actually, I suggest you use a panty liner. Number 5, don't be embarrassed. Just relax. Know that every girl goes through this. If you don't get it on the first time, that is okay. There's always tomorrow, there's always next month, and the month after that, and the month after that. Periods are a blessing in disguise. You might not want them now, you might not want them 10 years from now, but when you want to have a baby, you need a period. So until then, just suck it up with the cramps. You're gonna be like, it's not even worth it. You will like thank yourself later for all of those hard times, and your kids better thank you. You know what? Thank you, Mom, for all of those cramps and periods that you had. You know what? You blessed me with this life, and I blessed you with being such a cute child. Just kidding. Oh my gosh, it looks like that vagina just swallowed me. So here's a diagram of your private parts. You have your urethra that you pee from, your vagina where you put your tampon in, and your anus, aka your butthole, because anus, that word just sounds bleh. Now we're on to the tampon applicator. And right here, this is called the grip, and we're gonna grip it naturally with our thumb and middle finger. The end with the cotton, that's called the barrel, and we're gonna plunge with our index finger, plunge that cotton through the barrel into our vagina. So this is our friend. I don't know why she's blue, but we're gonna go ahead and demo this on her. So she has a cut hole. We're gonna insert that tampon slightly at an angle, very, very slowly into the vagina. And once our thumb and our middle finger have reached the lips, with our index finger, we're gonna plunge that cotton straight into our vagina very, very slowly, and slowly pull the applicator out. Then we're left with the string, and we just wanna hide that string because we don't want that string to be flapping everywhere so everyone knows that we're on our period. So you can either put it in your bootay, your butt crack, or in the front, and then hide it with your underwear. And when you're ready to change it, we're just gonna slowly pull that tampon out and throw it into the toilet and flush. Here is a zoomed out view, so I'm going to go ahead and slowly insert that tampon, the barrel, into the vagina. And once my middle finger and thumb have reached the lips, using my index finger, I'm going to plunge that cotton slowly into the vagina and pull the applicator out very slowly. Sometimes it doesn't feel like your tampon is in all the way. So what you can do is use your index finger and push that tampon up your vagina a little bit more to where it's comfortable. If it's still uncomfortable, I suggest that you use a smaller, a lighter tampon because you're probably not bleeding as much. And voila, that's how you use a tampon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm like super random, but I love random. And if you're random like me, make sure you give this video a nice thumbs up. And also, have you started your period? Like, what are some of your tips that you have for others who haven't started their period or who have started their period and they're thinking of transitioning from a pad to a tampon? And please make sure that all of the comments are super positive because, like I said, we're all girls, we all go through this, and a lot of people can be embarrassed. It is embarrassing. I was embarrassed when I started, and sometimes I still get embarrassed if I'm running around, you know, and doing sports. I'm like, oh my God, did I leak? Like, you have to sometimes ask people like, hey, can you look at me underneath? Like, am I bleeding? Because there's not always a bathroom around. I remember when I went to a 5K, I was like, oh my God, like, I feel like I'm bleeding, but I was just really sweating. And again, make sure all of the comments below are positive. If you don't like this video for some random reason, you can comment about that, but don't bring anyone else down. No question is a bad question. I love you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any other like video ideas, or if you want me to touch on anything, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.